Okay, so a funny story for you guys. Not so funny for me, but funny story for you guys. Um, After watching America's Got Talent last night, I occasionally watch bits and pieces of Bring the Funny, which comes on afterwards. Again, it's so incredibly late that I have to go to bed pretty much right after America's Got Talent. And this one comedian who was the puppet, Randy Feltface, he actually, because they're doing the comedy battles where like two comedians go in, essentially one is, the winner. In a very small way, it's like Thunderdome, I suppose. And, Randy ended up losing. I'm sad. I love Randy. He's like one of the funniest comedians I've seen in a good while. And he's been around for like the last decade and change. He's awesome. But, yeah, I'm sad. But honestly, I hope that, Randy's doing okay afterwards. I mean, I really like him. I think he's really funny. If you haven't, actually, one of my favorite Randy Feltface jokes is he did the life and times of Ernest Hemingway in approximately 3.5 minutes. I'll put a link in the description below. It's actually one of the funniest things I'd seen in a while. But yeah, I'm really sad. But you know what? In a way, I guess I didn't think he would win the entire thing, but I was so upset with him not advancing forward that I'm like, forget this. I'm just gonna go to bed. So yeah, I went to bed super late, and that's why this video is also very late. Well, that and plus, I have some time to kill before I have to go see my eye doctor later this morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody! Yes, I actually have I have an eye doctor's appointment later this morning. I mean, my eyes are fine. Obviously, you should get your eyes checked every once a year. That's what I do. So, I mean, as far as I know, I have a clean bill of health. I mean, if I'm clearly able to see myself, on camera, I think I'm pretty sure I'd be okay about that. I mean, I can't see you guys, you can see me, so that's that. So, there's that. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about America's Got Talent. So, yes, I did watch that. And, okay. Secretly, there's one contestant I have been rooting for. And, well, actually, I've been rooting for quite a few of these, contestants. But, there's a lot of really good acts last night. Like, I think of, like, all of the judges' cuts of America's Got Talent so far. This is probably, like, the most difficult one they've had to do. Like, again, so far. Which, that's good. It means that America's Got Talent really is living up to the namesake. And that's a very good thing. That's how you get ratings. It's how the broadcasting company makes money. And that's a good thing. It's a very lucrative thing. So, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, the one person I'm rooting for in particular is, Benicio Bryant, the singer, who, in the original auditions, he did the joke by Brandy Carlisle, I think their name is, and he was really good. Although, being the moron that I am, I'm not gonna lie, because he hadn't hit puberty yet, and because he does have really long hair, I really thought he was a girl. I am sorry. I should have put together that, Benicio is a guy's name. But, yes, I am very sorry. But if it's any consolation, I am rooting for that kid because he was good. And it terrified me when the judges' cuts are telling us who's going to advance forward. And, like, Benicio was, like, the last one to move on. I'm like, yes, thank you. So, yeah, so I'm rooting for Benicio. Yay, Benicio. Although it's sad because I think there's like one more week of judges cuts and then like more live shows. So who knows when I get to see, Benicio again. So yeah, so there's that. Anyway, other people made Jackie Fabulous, which, just like the last time she performed, she was indeed fabulous. Aman Abesha, I think her name is, like the little girl who's like an opera singer. I'm like, yeah, that's a golden buzzer moment. That is a golden buzzer moment. So, yeah, she deserved to move on. Although, actually, I'll get into the rest of the contestants who moved on before I talk about what I was going to say. See, Eric Chen, the magician, who, he may not be Shin-Lin, but he is definitely like the magicians that have moved on so far. I gotta look up if any other magicians have moved on, but he's easily like the best. Voices of Service, you know, the quartet of singers that are, you know, military veterans, which, you know, of course I support our veterans. You know, veterans are awesome. You know, I always take an opportunity if I see a veteran to thank them for their service, and I make no exception here. So thank you, Voices of Service, for your service. I swear it sounded better in my head. Let's see, who else was there? Charlotte Summers, the singer, she was also really good. Marina Mespa, the contortionist, that was wild. She was, seriously, this is the woman who was like the contortionist. I'm looking at her like, ow, my body hurts. Why does it hurt? I'm just sitting here watching TV. Why is my body in extreme pain watching this contortionist do her thing? Is that right? Is that normal? I don't know. But yeah, that was in, yeah, I think, holy cow, I think I just named it. So yeah, cannot wait for next week. It's going to be awesome. And now, one thing I was going to talk about in terms of the Golden Buzzer, this week's guest judge was Jay Leno. Now, if for those of you who don't know who Jay Leno is, he is like a legend in, you know, the acting late night talk show game. You know, he's got himself a bit of a pedigree. He's funny. You know, he has a huge car collection. He's actually a huge car junkie, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm more of a casual fan of cars myself. I mean, I'll point out a nice car whenever I see one, but if I was ever, you know, big and rich and famous, I don't know if I would actually spend my, you know, surplus expenses on, you know, a car collection. I mean, although that being said, if I did get big and rich and famous, I would probably get my dad a new Vet. He actually has a 1966 Corvette in the garage we have up at Cuca Lake. He puts a tarp over it so you know, it stays, you know, nice and protected. But, you know, he'll take it out for, you know, inspection every year and stuff like that, and it still runs really well. Although, it's definitely a car that has shown its age. Like, you know, it's still, like, it's a convertible, you know, you can, you know, have the roof off, you know, the top down, whatever. It's still, like, you know, the new car smell, this is an old car smell. It's pretty old. What else? Oh, it's a 2-seater only. Yeah. This is really about as classic as it gets. So, take that what you will. But, maybe I'll take a picture of my father's Vet the next time it's ever out in the public. I would like to show that off. For the record, no, I don't have a clue how to drive it. In case you're wondering, because it is stick shift, which, full disclosure, my father has tried to get me to drive it before, and nothing bad happened or whatever, but he wanted me to do it on, essentially, Griffin Road, that road that leads into our cottage. Here's the thing, this is a stick shift car. You kind of need, a wide open space if you're going to try driving it. Like, specifically a big parking lot, like a Walmart, an empty Walmart parking lot or something. Somewhere you could just, like, you know, drive in case, you know, something was to go wrong or out of control, you'd have enough space in your area to slow down and stop what you're doing. Why don't I just talk about cars? I was talking about Jay Leno. Oh yeah, the thing I was going to say about Jay Leno was, if you're ever a fan of the Fairly Odd Parents, you would remember that Timmy Turner was a fan of the Crimson Chin. Jay Leno was the voice of the Crimson Chin. Yeah, so there you go. That's why Jay Leno... Seriously, why was that not a spin-off? I would have loved to see a spin-off of the Crimson Chin. That would have been awesome. Oh, well, I guess it was never meant to be. So, yeah, that's neat. Oh, and coolest thing ever, we have confirmation on the newest Guys of Hot Ones. Don't know if it's the season finale. Don't care. It's Kristen Bell. It's Kristen Bell. She is awesome. And you know what? For starters, it actually comes full circle because her husband, Dax Shepard, was a guest on Hot Ones way back in season 3. So it all comes together. And that's cool. Another thing, you know, it's Kristen Bell, and she's a Disney princess, so to my knowledge, I do think this is the very first Disney princess who's ever been on Hot Ones. Yeah, she's Anna from Frozen, which you guys know me. I am a male fan of Frozen, or a brosen, if you will. Seriously, how is that not a term? We gotta make that a term. Male fans of Frozen, call them brosens. That'd be cool. How is that not a thing? Somebody make that a thing. I would very much love to make that a thing, if I knew how. So, yeah. Let's see what else. She's a huge fan of Game of Thrones. In fact, one of the most famous, like, Instagram story-related things or whatever is, I think Dax Shepard recorded Kristen Bell's reaction to, what was it, the Blood Wedding? Red Wedding? I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, so I really wouldn't know the entire terminology. But after, the Red Wedding, Kristen Bell was just losing it. She's like, I don't want to watch anymore. Like, wow. You know whatever happened or whatever went down was pretty serious if your biggest fan is just like, you don't want to watch anymore. And believe me, I know the feeling when, book 2 of, Avatar, when season 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender ended, I was mad at the ending of season 2. But not to the point where I didn't want to watch it anymore. Holy cow, this is pretty serious. But, you know, that's just me. In the end, you know, I'm really glad that, you know, Kristen Bell's going to get a shot at the Wings of Death. Although, unfortunately for her, the wings have gotten much hotter since her husband Dax did it. So, we'll see how she handles herself. I'm sure she'll be fine. Kristen Bell's tough. She was Veronica Mars, you know. Yeah, that's another thing I know. She was Veronica Mars. I didn't really watch that show, but it was definitely a show that gained like a cult following. From what I hear, like the first season was absolutely awesome, but the next 2 seasons were sorely lacking in the end. I also heard they came with a Veronica Mars movie, which I hear was pretty good, but I haven't really seen that yet. To be honest, in terms of movies coming out, nothing is really catching my eye. I mean, next week I want to see the movie Good Boys. I really am looking forward to seeing Good Boys, just because, and I probably am going to end up saying this after I watch it. Good Boys is the kind of movie where, if I knew at the age of like 5th, 6th grade, so like 11, 12 years old, if at age 11 or 12, I knew at that age what I know now, what happens in the movie Good Boys is exactly the kind of thing that I would want to like go through, because it looks hilarious. You know, shenanigans ensuing and stuff. Oh, it's going to be great. But I'll let you know when we get to it. I mean, last time I checked, it has like a 78 on Rotten Tomatoes. But unfortunately, again, you have to wait another week until it comes out. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Waiting is going to be a bit of a pain. But, oh well. I mean, it's not like we have to wait that much longer. It's only another week until Thursday night rolls around, because that's when I am going to see it on a Thursday night. And, yeah, can't wait to wait to see that and talk about it, and can't wait to get on with the rest of the week. So, like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms. I am humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch. Enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. Remember to turn the notifications on YouTube. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I was going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.